that. Joining us now for more, columnist at the Boston Herald, contributor at Sky News, Kristen Tate, Democratic strategist and former state senator David Carlucci, and former Pennsylvania senator and presidential candidate Rick Santorum. Great to have you all on. David, was last night really a big win for Democrats, or did your party just take a massive step further to the left towards socialism?
Well, I don't think so, because I think out of the elections we had in New Jersey, in Virginia, even California, you saw that Democrats overperformed. New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill, it looks like it's going to be a 13-point lead, and that's way better than what anybody was expecting. And so you had a moderate candidate in New Jersey as well as in Virginia. And you also had in New York City, yes, Zoran Mandami, who does identify as a Democratic socialist. But in that race, you had Andrew Cuomo as well. And I consider him as a Democrat, and I think we all do. And so between Zoran and Cuomo, you had over 80% of the vote, over 90 actually. And the Republican only came up with about 7% of the vote. So that's the lowest percentage of a Republican candidate for mayor has ever gotten in the history of the city of New York.
That's not indicative of the Republican vote in New York City. That people were voting for. People were not voting for Curtis Lee.
Yeah, Donald Trump endorsed
to try to help.
Donald Trump endorsed
to try to help Cuomo.
So it had nothing to do.
Yeah, but what's that about? Is that the candidate? There was the quality wasn't there, and you're right. Even Trump wouldn't endorse him. But I think that speaks to what you have in the Republican Party.
Kristen Tate, do you agree with that?
Partially. I think last night was very useful to us because these elections have revealed for us what the Democrat Party of today stands for. But not only that, Rob, it reveals which groups now make up the core of the Democrat Party's voting base. The days of the Democrats being the champions of blue-collar workers and the blue dog Democrats, those days are over. This is no longer the party of JFK or even Bill Clinton. Instead, the Democrats today have pieced together this coalition of voters made up largely of foreigners, welfare recipients, government workers, and liberal women who make emotional decisions based on vapid yard signs that say things like, no person is illegal. So I think, this is helpful for us all. We know who their voters are.
I want to welcome in John Morgan, founder of the Morgan & Morgan law firm. John, good to see you. Let me get your take on this. You are I think you're sort of climbing out of being an active donor and member of the Democrat Party. I'll let you elaborate. The New York Times today, the Democrats just took a big step toward getting their groove back. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, look, the Democratic Party is now two parties. There's the Democrats and then there's the Socialists. And they're split. And Cuomo was the Democrats and Mandami was the Socialists. That's the party now.
Senator, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, if I go back, when I ran for president back in 2020, one of the reasons I ran is I looked at Barack Obama, who went up and said he wants to transform America. And people thought, oh, well, he's going to make things better. No. He wanted to transform America. He said the things, Mandami said the things out loud that Obama has been for forever, which is socialism, which is government control of almost anything they can get their hands on, and making people dependent upon government, making people atomized, breaking up families, doing whatever it takes to get power and gain control. And this is what you see with Mandami. This is someone who is the Democratic Party. I wish I could say it's divided. It is overwhelmingly going socialist, and the leader of the Democratic Party is AOC and Bernie Sanders.
All right, I want to play you a soundbite, Senator, and just get your reaction to this. I thought this was sort of bizarre. You were almost the Republican nominee, 2012?
Correct.
I don't remember your wife attacking Mitt Romney during the primaries. Melania Trump doesn't do it. Jill Biden, maybe a little bit. But take a look at Gavin Newsom's wife.
I will not raise my children to think Donald Trump is an acceptable American leader. Trump is enriching his immediate family and cronies. He is stripping away our rights and our democracy. When he knows he's going to lose, he cheats. When the game isn't rigged for him, he rigs it himself. Sometimes no is a full sentence. Trust me. That's right. But Donald Trump's never accepted no for an answer.
Kristen, that a little unusual?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is all these people have at this point, is screaming and screeching about Donald Trump. And of course, also offering unlimited government-funded goodies and programs. But to echo what I just heard Rick saying, I look around at the people I know and the Democrat voters I know, I don't see anyone who is kind of this moderate blue dog Democrat anymore. The real heart and soul of the party at this point is the far left, the people like AOC, and the Democrats, their brand today is very hostile to traditional working class people, the latte sipping liberals in America's universities. They sneer at working Americans. This is the party of today. The Democrats are radicals.
John, who is the leader of this party?
Remember that a majority of Democrats in every poll now say that socialism, they prefer socialism to capitalism. This is not a close call anymore for the Democrats.
The leader of the party, as we saw in the last days of the campaign, was and is Barack Obama, who, by the way, did not endorse Mandami. And so I think they had to reach back into that bag of tricks, which was very effective. And Barack Obama, leading up to this election, came to the rescue, had huge rallies. He's still the leader.
Yeah. He can't run for president again, though, John.
He can't run for president, but he can fill an arena and he can spread that gap. I'm with you. These pollsters all need to be, drawn and quartered because they're never right.
They're off by 13 points in the state of New Jersey. If you want to be technical about it, they were off by 12 points. Right. So I think the polling industry is doomed.
Pollsters and meteorologists,
John, can I ask you?
They're always wrong.
John, are you going to run for the governor down there in Florida? Have you decided that?
They're wanting me to. I've met with a lot of people. The polling's good. I'm going to wait and see what happens. But
what are you going to run as? Because you donated $800,000 to Joe Biden. I know you want that money back.
Well, I'm a Joe Biden Democrat, by the way, and I did not even vote in that election because voting for Kamala was a bridge too far for me.
Yeah.
By the way, her pollsters told her she was going to win. If you read the book, she woke up that morning thinking she was going to win, which is delusion at its best. So if I ran, I would run as an independent because I still believe that someday in America there's going to be a third party or maybe four. I think that's best. Look, the Republican Party is MAGA and rhinos. The Democratic Party is socialists and Clinton Democrats. There's four parties in America. We almost need a parliamentary type of situation so you can get compromise. We're in a situation now where if you even say you're going to compromise, they won't elect you.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Great to have you all on. Senator, I know you agree with that. Great to have you all on tonight. Appreciate it. Rick Santorum, David Carlucci, Kristen Tate, John Morgan. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up.